Alright, welcome back everyone to yet another video in my third-person action RPG multiplayer combat shooter made in Unreal Engine 5. So, we are still doing some inventory stuff and we are a little bit limited in this tutorial by me not actually having any models. But we're gonna clean it up a little bit because there are some issues here. It's not the best setup right now. I think ideally you would have, if you have like a modular pack where the character, where the clothing are over the character, then that's gonna be the best thing, because then you can have the body in the ground and then you can have the body like that. The problem is when it's not made for each other, it's like this. You can see that if the body is still visible, it will go through the other mesh. So that's an issue. But if this police outfit was made by the same artist, they probably would have thought about that. So yeah. So what we need to do now instead is we're gonna do a slight workaround, because this way, if you did it this way, you could just have it, you could just be naked, and then when you pick something up and you put it on, in that case it would go over your head, but it doesn't in this case. But say that you had a hat or something, that would be fine in that case, because the hat would just be above the head and we would still want the head model. Whereas in the system we are having now, we change the entire head. So what we are gonna do now, we're gonna do a slight workaround. So yeah, I just added some cloth to this item instead of the placeholder we had in the last episode. So I guess we are gonna do a slight workaround since we have the head and the chest slot. The workaround will be, if we equip a head, oh, that's not gonna work when I think about it. It's just a bit weird, everything, when we do it like this. So I think we will just keep to the transparent thing. I hope you get what I mean. That's the best way to do it. The other way to do it is to have all of the pieces being modular. But right now they aren't, so if I had like the other way is to have like one head, one chest, one legs and hand and arms and all of that to be modular, and then you could just swap them out. That would also have been a good solution. So yeah, but we are a bit limited here by the fact that we don't have all of those things. But hopefully you understood how I did it with this one. I'm just gonna show you. If we go to this one and say that I'm doing where is it? Cosmetic details. Instead of the head here, I'm doing maybe this gas mask, because there's an issue now, you will see. If I pick it up and I put it on, okay, yeah, since we that actually it's not an issue because I fixed it. If we still have the transparent body, and only have this, if we have the old system in the last video like this, I pick this up and I equip it, it's gonna exchange the head, so now we don't have any head. So that's why it's good. No. So that's why it's actually good to have a mesh behind the character. So, but it is gonna work now with this. So now I have a mesh, and the only thing I do with the head is that I attach it above. Now the two models aren't made for each other, as I said, so that's why it doesn't really stack up. You could work with, maybe I could grab this, I could lower it a little bit, and that would be fine probably. Yeah, it's closer, you see. So you can experiment a little bit with stuff like that. You could obviously, if I have a bunch of different packs, I could try out I could try out this one, and in the item actually have values for the position, and code it so that, okay, this item is gonna be on minus, this item is gonna be on -7, and that would make it so that whenever I equip that, the head slot is gonna go to -7, and there it's gonna be quite alright. You could do this like that, but yeah, there are a bunch of ways to go from here. As I said, I don't have a modular pack, so we will probably I would probably just go with a transparent solution for now. So I'll do the here. I'll go with the transparent solution there, and for the chest I will just do the policeman. Oh, that was the head, sorry. For the chest, I will just do the policeman. But what you could obviously do as well is, because as I said, if I equip this one now with this solution, and I equip this one, we don't have a head. So that's quite bad. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a variable for it. So I'm just gonna go into my I'm just gonna go into my cosmetic details, and I'm gonna add a variable. This variable is gonna be this variable is gonna be a bool, and it's gonna be called hides head. And in here I can actually set, so my main mesh doesn't need to be a body because the skeleton is still gonna be there. So I'm gonna take the head and I'm gonna make the head the main mesh. There we go. And I'm not gonna have it transparent, and the head is gonna be nothing. There we go. So you can see, but now we have that issue that I told you about, that it's not really stacking. So cosmetic details, so we're gonna do another variable called C location adjustment. So this is me just showing you workarounds. It's not the best way to do this. The best is, as I said, to have a modular pack. So if we just go into our master item, now we need to compile everything again. Something, okay, it's actually working. So we can go into this one, and we have the C adjustment. What did I say? It was -8. So on head details, we're gonna get the head we're gonna set relative location, and we're gonna split the struct pane. Now we're gonna get location. Yeah, we're gonna get the socket location. No, because we're setting the head. So basically what we need to do is we need to adjust this one. So get is it relative? Yeah, relative to its parent. Perfect. Relative transform, location, the X and Y, and then we need to get the C location adjustment for that one. So that should put it on -7. Yeah, you can see it's better. And you can do these. Yeah, I'm just showing you how to do this now. But as I said, you could do this yourself. There we go. Looks better. And you could obviously add it for other locations as well. I'm just doing it with the C one for now. And that's fine with me. And then we have the hides head variable. If that's in there, where is my character? If the hides head variable is true, we're gonna set the mesh set material to transparent, and if not, we're gonna set the material to none, because when the material is none, it's gonna be the default. So hides head is not enabled here, so when we equip it, it's gonna be over the head. But if we go into it and we do the actual balaclava, this one is supposed to hide the head. We don't need a Z adjustment, and we need to do hide head. So if we pick this one up now, you can see that it's working as well. So that's just how to work with workarounds 101. Yeah, it's not the best solution, but it's a working solution, so that's good. And for the chest, I'm gonna see if I can find something else that don't have a head, and then I'll just do that, I guess. Then we'll just do that as items, I guess. But this is fine for now. So we have a pretty much working inventory. There are, I guess, some small bugs. We can equip stuff. We can also equip these. Oh, that stopped working for some reason. Okay, so we need to fix that. There are probably more. Why did that stop working? Consumable. Because I've done something. Edit. What's happening? Wait, I need to pause. I'm sorry, I just got confused. And it's working. I just accidentally had set this to head for some reason at some point. So yeah. So we have a pretty much working inventory, so that's nice. I guess there is a few bugs. I know there is some bug at least. There are two things we need to do, because at this point we can't really unequip this rifle, for instance, without we can't unequip it. We can only equip it by throwing it on the ground, but that does not equip it from here. So let's fix that quickly. So on the inventory, let's get the item slot. In the graph, let's do override on let's do on mouse button double click. On mouse button double click. On drag detected. Where's the mouse button down? Okay, yeah. On double click. On mouse button double click. Get the player. And get the item details. Break the item details. Switch on E item type. So server set main weapon, server set secondary weapon, server set head. Yeah, I haven't set up the chest function yet. So main weapon, secondary weapon, head. There we go for now, I guess. Make event reply. So we don't set it to any details. So if we we need to update the slot as well. So it's equipped. I double click, removes, but it does not update the slot. Yeah. Before we update the slot, we also need to set the slot details of self to empty as well. There we go. So that's working. Perfect. And I guess we might have some issues here. No, it's working. Perfect. So you can equip the head and you can remove it. And then we need the drop slot. let's see. Drop item. Client drop item. Let's switch. Okay, this one is a little bit harder because say we have an item and we equip it. So we drop it, we want it to disappear, which it does. So we want to reset this. But if we have a stacking item, for instance, if we had, let's see, if we have 2 guns, one of them is equipped. So that means even if I drop this one, I still have one in my inventory, so I should still be able to have the weapon. So so client drop item. And one second, I'm just gonna think a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna pause the video here because it's already 21 minutes and my flatmate just came home, so it's gonna be annoying to record. But I'll deal with this in the next video. I think I have a good solution for this. So anyway, thanks for that. Let me know in the comments if there's any questions. Like and subscribe if you're new, and see you in the next one. Bye.